Hey there, so today we have another review, and this is New England style double IPA. I believe it's called something local to locals. It is when local breweries come together on Long Island. That includes Barrier, Destination Unknown, Great South Bay, Greenport Harbor, Oyster Bay, Sun City, Spider Bite, and Barrier coming together to brew some beers in support of local business in Long Island. This is their let's call it DIPA, New England style double IPA, DIPA. So, interesting fact, Long Island actually has more breweries, craft breweries, than New York City. But that sort of makes sense because Long Island is huge. It's like 90 miles long or something insane like that. Tons of space, population, blah, blah, blah. But then again, the market's not quite there versus New York City, where it's a dense amount of population and a lot of demand for craft beer, whereas the island really hasn't caught up. So we'll see how that goes in the coming years. So hopefully good luck to some breweries that are opening up in Long Island. But the beer comes in a beautiful color, light gold, medium plus haze to it. This is just a gorgeous beer. This is sort of what I want to see in a beer. It doesn't have to be milky and gross. It has a light color to it. This is one of the better appearances I've seen from a New England style IPA recently. So let's get the rum on this one. Undercut with some navel orange, some fruit. But there is a little bit of a chivy thing, a little bit of that dankness, a little bit of just like fresh hop pellet powder. A lot of that going on. Cheers. Interestingly enough, this very much tastes like single IPA. It's very much New England style, but it's quite good for 8%. It's clean. It's not sludgy. It doesn't really coat the palate. It's not too sweet, which is quite nice. It's just clean drinking New England style, relatively clean drinking New England style IPA. And it really reminds you of something around 6.5 for something that really is punchy at 8%. So sometimes you get these like 8, 9, 10% beers. They can be quite cloying, and you can sort of tell that the alcohol's there. This one has a lighter body to it. It's quite, has a little bit of finesse. But in general, the hop profile is a little bit muddled. You get a little bit of the fruit character, but really lingers with a lot of just hop pellet flavor. It's not really blended in well with the beer. It just sort of tastes like green hop matter, masking, actually almost interfering with this beautiful light, clean malt character this beer has for New England style IPA, lacking on bitterness, but just impacted by this like shield of just greenness that's hitting the palate. So many elements that are great about this. You know, it's strange because usually it goes the other way, where the beer is great, aromatically, appearance, blah, blah, and then it's on the back end and it's astringent and dry. This does so many things right, but other than the hopping, which is the issue of just this resonating, just raw green hop pellet character. And this beer has been sitting in the can for a good month, so it seems like something like that would already subside and sort of age out of it, but it still is very green to me and sort of lingers of these like fresh intense hops that should ideally be a little bit more integrated into the beer, should turn into something a little bit more fruity. So yeah, this is the other way around. So you actually have a great base beer, so that's quite drinkable, but the hopping is not quite in harmony with the beer in general. So that's her rating. I generally prefer this because I can handle the hopping when you have a flaw like astringency and drying and things that make the beer undrinkable. That's an issue. It's quite pleasant. It's okay. It's a good attempt at the style. I'd go with something like an 87 on this one. Yep. This is local to local, brewed with all the local, or not all of them, a bunch of the local Long Island breweries. Absolutely fantastic. Until next time, guys. Cheers. Later.